Okay, well, just at the very beginning of this year, one of the fastest growing churches in Europe, they had their pan-European gathering, and they said that despite the fact that they're growing so quickly, they're still losing 4 out of every 5 of their young people. So that's something which others have really confirmed that this is a similar tendency in their churches. So despite being more effective in evangelism, there still is a great need to root our children in the Word of God and to empower them and release them in ministry, because they are looking for a reason to live. They're looking for a purpose. And it's so important that we as churches, as church leaders, we give them the opportunity, not just to invite them to really discover God's love and really entrust their lives to Him, but also to realize that God has a call for them, a purpose, and to give them that opportunity to discover that. So when you think of 80% of our young people leaving the church by the age of 18, it really underlines that there's something fundamentally dysfunctional in the way that we are discipling and training and bringing up our young people. If they're leaving the church, it's because they haven't found a sense of purpose while still being in the church as youth. So one of the exciting things over the last year has been the opportunity for me to serve as Children's Ministry Associate with the European Evangelical Alliance. And God has just given me wonderful opportunity to connect with youth ministries and church leaders. There have been some very new initiatives over the last 12 months, bringing together youth leaders of pan-European ministries, very much concerned about these issues, and realizing that we need to be addressing the needs of these young people when they're very young children. And it's really beginning that process as early as possible. Then we can have the greatest impact in their lives. So these initiatives have brought together not only those working with youth, but also working with children. So in a sense, I have the opportunity of being, in some cases, a link person. Just last week, the European Evangelical Alliance, they had their annual General Assembly, and several of us working with youth and children, we had the opportunity of really just sharing those needs and the situation with the different leaders of alliances. And many came back very much concerned about that, and very open for us to work together as really serving the churches as a platform for inviting people working with churches, leaders of different denominations, different ministries, others working with family, working in media, politics, to gather around that table, invited to really seek God together and seek, well, what is God's heart and vision for our nation? What is the way in which we can, under God's direction, ensure that every generation will love and follow God? And we will not only stop our children leaving the church, but as we seek to gain and win those millions of children outside of the church, that they will also be very much discovering God and that their families will be impacted. So this is part of what we see God doing, and certainly the 414 movement, which is really a movement of God, clearly a movement of God. That is, God is bringing various streams of ministries together to really carry that vision. So now, from the global initiatives, we need to bring it right down to the national level in the different countries of Europe. So that is really the challenge which we have, but I'm very excited about what God is doing.